nothing you want is going to happen in your timing. It almost never does. How many times have you wanted to have something to happen at a particular time and date and it didn't happen? You know how many times that's happened to you? It happens all the time. So everything you ask God for, it comes in a process. It's going to happen, especially if you write it down. That's the secret. Everything you want has to be written. This is a principle of success that isn't often taught. It's the never giving up that hurts people the most. You pray for something, you ask God for something, then when it don't happen in your time, then you create these human excuses. Well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. I guess it wasn't the Lord's will. It'll never happen. It just didn't happen in your timing. But I can almost assure you, nothing you want is going to happen in your timing. It almost never does. How many times have you wanted to have something to happen at a particular time and date and it didn't happen? You know how many times that's happened to you? It happens all the time. I wanted a bike one Christmas. Went downstairs, it wasn't there. I mean, man, come on now. I was pissed at Santa Claus, my daddy. I was pissed at everybody. I didn't get that new bike for another 2 Christmases. But I got it, and when I got it, I appreciated the bike, and I took better care of it because I needed it, and I wanted it. It's so crazy, because because we were poor, so I would ask my father for stuff that was like unreasonable. My daughter asked for horses. My daughter's an equestrian rider. I bought her horses. She rides horses in Wellington, and she was an equestrian rider. It didn't work like that when I was growing up. I asked my daddy for a pony. Told me to go outside and put some hair on their bike. So everything you ask God for, it comes in a process. It's going to happen, especially if you write it down. That's the secret. Everything you want has to be written. This is a principle of success that isn't often taught. But it's in the Bible. There's a scripture that tells you that you must do this. It's Habakkuk 2:2. Just go read it. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain, so that he who reads it will run to it. And even though it tarry means take a long time, wait for it, for surely it will come at an appointed time. Everything you write on paper that God puts in your mind and your imagination, he puts it in your imagination because that's a sign of things to come. That's what he puts. Everything for you, he places it in your imagination. If you write it down and keep the faith, you'll get everything on that paper. Listen, this is not a magic trick. This ain't no theory of mine. This is how it works. But everything I put out comes back to me because I put it out with the expectation that the law of attraction works, that write the vision and make it plain so that he who reads it will run to it, and even though it tarry, wait for it, for surely it will come at an appointed time. That's a fact. That's in your Bible. I dare you tonight to go home and read Habakkuk 2:2. I dare you. And then I dare you to write everything you want on a piece of paper. And I dare you to read it every day and every night. And in a year, I want you to look back at that paper and see how much stuff you have. I dare you to try it. I dare you. That's what I'm talking about now. You have to understand why you're going through the period that's causing you to make you want to give up. See, the devil has one mission only, is to rob you of your destiny. If you quit whatever you're trying to accomplish, if you quit, whatever you were trying to accomplish can never happen. There's not even a remote possibility. If you quit, there is no chance of it popping back up again, coming back later. Quitting is guaranteed failure. That's the devil's only job. If he can get you to give up, you have been robbed of your destiny. As you have aspirations, you got to understand that the devil understands your aspirations too. The devil's job is to rob you of your destiny. So there will always be an obstacle. So if you're waiting on the right time, you'll never make the move. You have to go. If he can get you to become a criminal, he robs you of your destiny. If he gets you to never follow your dream, chase your dream, he robs you of your destiny. If he causes you to think that this is all my life is, he has caused you to rob you of your destiny. This is yours. You're the captain, you're the master, you're the foreman, you're the general, you're the head. Don't give control of this to nobody, especially the devil. The difference between successful people and non-successful people is what goes on in between here. That's it. They're not smarter than you. God don't love them more than he loved you. It's just that they thought themselves into a different position. And that's all. You have to master this. When you have thoughts that are negative, that's not God. That's Satan. He's doing everything he can to keep you from being who God made you to be. You got to get focused, man. Do not let Satan come in here and function and operate, because he has one mission: to keep you off course, to make you not think it's possible. That's his only job. So he has a lot of people that work for him full time. They're called haters. I have lots of haters. They on the internet all the time. But who are they though? They don't even know me. People who are haters on the internet, I call them thumb gangsters. They just typing shit. Their little punk got a private page. They saying shit about, they don't even know me. So I don't give them no energy. I give haters no energy. Who are haters? Haters are not shakers and movers. They're not power brokers, and they're not decision makers. The only way a hater has power over you is if you give it to him. That's the only way. Martin Luther King said once, a man can't ride your back unless you bend over. I don't bend over. Long as you don't be what God made you to be. That's the devil's only mission. So he's going to throw opposition in it. And along the way, I don't care who you are, whatever you pursue, you're going to have opposition. But your goals and dreams have to be bigger than your problems. And I always just kept big aspirations and dreams. And then when I ran into problems, and I ran into some big ones. You know how you old people say, I ain't got no problem bigger than my God? Well, I didn't. God is always coming. Here's the deal. The moment you ask God for something, he boxes it up and he ships it to you. Here's the problem with the package. He never gives you the date that it's going to arrive. It's going to come, he just don't tell you when. If he told you when, it would destroy the relationship that's required to have an abundant life, which is faith. And even though it was times I felt like giving up, I still just, somehow, man, I remember all the scriptures my mother used to teach me when I was a little boy. They used to come tumbling back in my head. I was homeless, living in a car for 3 years. I just kept the faith. What most people do is they give up before God give you the gift. See, when you ask God for something, he boxes it up and he ships it immediately. But you have to remain on Faith Street in order to receive the gift. The problem is when God boxes up the gift and he ships it to you, he never gives you the date that the package is going to arrive. Somebody sent me a plaque one time that I keep on my desk now. The plaque said, if you're going through hell, keep going. I mean, why would you stop there? You know, I was in hell, so why stop now? You might, if you're going through hell, you should keep going. Most people move off Faith Street before the package get there. You can't move over on the I Doubt It Boulevard. He don't ship packages to I Doubt It Boulevard. He only ship packages to Faith Street. You can't get over there on I Don't See How Circle. He don't ship nothing to I Don't See How Circle. So when you move out of faith, the package got to go back to sender. I kept telling them $25 jokes till they started paying me $250 a night. I kept telling them $250 jokes till they started paying me $25,000 a night. I kept telling them $25,000 jokes till they started paying me $75,000 a night. Then I told them jokes for $75, then they started paying me $125 a night. If you make one step, he'll make two. And don't worry about where you're going with it. Just get started. He'll show you the way to go because he wants you to get to your destiny. But but he got to make sure that you want to get to your destiny first. If you tell him you want to get to your destiny, that God you serve, he going to show you how to do it. You can believe that. Don't forget to pray. Don't be ashamed to pray, and don't ever be too proud to pray, because prayer changes things. Thank y'all. A couple of things kept me going. Most of it was messages that I had learned from my mother, but I learned something about faith. Faith comes from hearing, not from having heard. My mother was telling me those messages years ago, but during my homeless years, I would rehear them, and that's when it mattered. And I had such a grand dream and vision, I was willing to push through to see what the vision was going to be, to see if I could get to the dream. And I kept hearing my mother say words like, God didn't bring you this far to leave you. So I said, okay, well, maybe he ain't left me. Let me just see if I can wake up tomorrow, something will change. You know, then I kept hearing stuff like, faith is the belief in things that you cannot see. Or say, okay, cool, so I don't see nothing but this homelessness right now, but I think I'm gonna make it one day. And I just kept going, man. I just kept. Now, don't get me wrong, it was days I wanted to quit, a lot of days. I almost drove back to Cleveland several times and just gave up, but you know, man, your dreams have to be bigger than all your fears. If you see, that's why you have to have big dreams, because your dreams have to be bigger than all your fears and all your consequences. What makes people go back is you dream too small. See, your problem in life ain't if you aim too high and you miss it. Your problem in life is if you aim too low and you hit it. You messed up now. So when you aim to the moon and you miss, you still amongst the stars. So it kind of keeps you motivated a lot longer, man, to help you push through. Because everybody's gonna have to have a push through moment. Because everybody has a turn back moment. The key to making it is you can never turn back. See, God is always coming. See, look, man, when you ask God for something, God boxes it up, put your name on it, and he ships it the day you ask for it. Soon as you ask for it, he ships it. The problem with the package is he never tells you the date that it's going to arrive. If he did that, it would destroy the one element that he requires, your faith. So God sends your package, but he only delivers to Faith Street. If you step off of Faith Street and you go over here to I Don't Believe It Boulevard, he don't ship there. If you step over here to I Don't See How Avenue, he don't ship there. If you step over here to Ain't No Way Circle, he don't ship there. The package only goes to Faith Street. What happens to the average person is that when the package arrives and you ain't on Faith Street, it's just like the post office and FedEx, UPS. If you ain't there, the package got to go back. You know how many packages you got in heaven with your name on it that got sent back? This is real talk, man. This is how it works. Being successful, y'all, is not a magic trick. You have to learn the principles of success. You can be successful at anything. You really can, man. I don't have no education. I'm not really like school smart, none of that. Now, I got a lot of people work for me, got degrees. See, when I don't know something, I pay somebody to know it, just come stand around here. I come down here and do the gift. I keep telling the jokes. I'm telling you, God has an incredible life for you. All you got to do is ask him for it. Be willing to put in the work. But now this work part is hard. Success is hard. But let me ask you a question. Ain't not being successful hard too? So now which hard you want? You want the hard with some options and some benefits, or you want the hard with ain't nothing going on? I'm gonna take the hard with the option and benefits. Give me that hard. Let me try that. I can take a sentence or a thought and make it comical. Now, one dude told me once that Yeah, well, I hear you saying that, Miss Harvey, but you ain't funny to me. I ain't got to be funny to you. You've never bought a ticket to see me. No, I haven't. I still made it, though. It doesn't matter what nobody else thinks. What they got to do? I don't think you funny. Listen, let me tell you something. If you can think of something to get $10 for, I bet all of you have something that God has gifted you with that you could convince somebody to give you $10 for. I'm going to show you how to become a millionaire. All you need is to have one thing that you can get $10 for. I don't care if it's cutting hair, cutting grass, painting, babysitting, typing papers, walking dogs. I don't care what it is. Just get somebody to give you $10. All I want you to do is do it and get $10. After you get the $10, I want you to do it 10 more times. That's all. You'll have $100. Now, when you get that $100, whatever you did to get the $100, I want you to do it 10 more times. You're going to have $1,000. Now, it get a little tricky now. Whatever you did to make the $1,000, listen to me close. What I want you to do is do it 10 more times. That's what I want you to do. Don't change shit. Just do it 10 more times. You'll now have $10,000. Now, this is where you got to start using your faith. After you make $10,000 with this $10 idea, all I want you to do is do it 10 more times. Just 10, whatever you did to make the 10,000, do it 10 more times. You're going to have $100,000. Here's the trick of tricks. Once you make $100,000, you're going to have to hire a few people. And all I want you to do after you make the $100,000, same thing you did to make the $100,000, I just want you to do it 10 more times. Congratulations. You are a millionaire. That's how it's done. These jokes I'm telling right now, these $25 jokes. My first gig paid me $25. These the same jokes. This just English. I ain't learned how to do this in Spanish or none of this. I just kept telling these jokes in English. 10 more times, 10 more times, 10 more. Till they started paying me $25,000 a night. Then they started paying me $100,000 a night, $150,000, $250,000 a night. I made $500,000 telling jokes in one night. They're the same jokes. I just kept telling them over and over and over and over and over. $25 jokes repeated on a 10-time multiple. You could be a millionaire babysitting. You could be a millionaire doing eyebrows. You can be a millionaire cutting grass. You could be a millionaire as a barber, painting houses. You already have the gift. God has already given you the gift. He gave it to you at birth. You was born with it. God ain't never created a soul he didn't give a birth to. That he didn't give a gift to at birth. You sitting up in here, if you're poor today, it's because you tripping. You just tripping. You done talked yourself out your God-given gift. You done got some funk job somewhere and tried to act like you was happy with it. Now they done furloughed you, now you disappointed. You ought to be jumping for joy. Walk your up the hall, go take your gift God gave you and turn yourself into a millionaire.